going to capitalise on it. So we've seen the first real big chances. Goalkeeper's been put under a little bit of pressure. Just, substitutes get ready, see if there's any problem, or even see if he can carry on. But I think overall, I don't think both managers will be too concerned, but he's got to find a way into the game to be more comfortable.
He's going to be okay here. Muwaled is just taking the opportunity to take on a little bit of water. Temperature's still topping 30 degrees Celsius. There's humidity an issue at this time of the year as well. Need to get the cooling breaks officially later. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. He's missed a couple of their recent matches. Actually didn't play in the Champions League game either, reportedly because of a virus. Given a breather last time out on Monday in the Cup. Always likely to come back tonight, but it's wehda coming forward here, and it's just skipped away from Amin. Bento quickly off his line to get there bravely first at the feet of the forward. Would have been a bit surprised maybe to find himself in that position from there.
Yeah, I thought the weight of the pass was excellent. It felt like it was going to be a shot away. Bento steps forward, good goalkeeping, progressive, right towards the edge of the area. And that's what you need. I think that was the difference. If he hesitated slightly, then could have been trouble.
He's been brought in as the Brazilian Bento as the first choice goalkeeper after the departure of the experienced David Ospina, Colombian, at the end of last season. Bento slotted straight into this side, signed a 3-year contract in July. First clean sheet of the season in Pioli's first game in charge last week. It's Al Ettifaq. First clean sheet that was in 8 league matches since May. Up against an wehda team who arrived tonight with the most goals conceded in this division so far this season. Rather ominous for them, but you wouldn't necessarily know it from the way that this has started. Nasty leaving it for Wesley and then getting it back again. Under 23 international Salim Al Nasdi was a goal scorer against Al Ettifaq last week, his first. But he'll be pleased, as we've mentioned. Joseph Zimbauer led the Moroccan club Raja to their first league title in 5 years, became their first ever German coach, and they went through that season unbeaten, en route to doing the domestic double. So some pedigree that he arrives with. 45 games in charge of the Moroccan side in Casablanca, and only lost 2 of them. Big opportunity for him in the Rashan Saudi League. Tavio. And still got a little bit further maybe than he might have done, and does get the free kick at the end of it. The referee appears to be reaching for a card as well.
Tavio turns quickly, and I think that's what caught the skipper out as he comes to make that challenge. The pace, and to see if we judge how high this was. We get another look at it, but it'll be a sore one. Just couldn't get hold of the ball, but there's contact. You see there, as the scud comes across. Let's have a look. It's quite high, maybe onto the top of the shin pad. Might have a little look at this. There's a bit of contact higher up. There's the follow through.
Yellow card is the decision. Wally Bakshwin. They are just checking whether that was the correct conclusion. Reached by Bastien Dankert. That's the experienced player. Is Bakshwin back in the side for any second appearance of the season. He's the club captain in his 7th campaign with them. Tavio still feeling the effects of it. This could be problematic for the Portuguese. Might be in doubt whether he can continue or not.
Yeah, it's a sore one. We can see straight away because there was just a bit of uncertainty, and that's why the tackle comes in. But when it catches it, just hope it's to the side of that main shin bone, so we might get the benefit of the doubt. If it's more full on into that leg, VAR VAR, etc., will be thinking, is it a possible red? But not on this occasion.
We'll stick with that yellow card. There will be a free kick to come, from which nassr will try and apply some further punishment of their own. Pioli hoping that he won't have to make a change with Otavio back on his feet, but still feeling it, understandably. He'll try and run this off, one to keep an eye on. Cristiano Ronaldo over the free kick, tries to dink it in, and it's well claimed by Al-Washir. Again, decisive goalkeeping. There's confirmation of the card for the Al-Wehda captain. Looks to be moving a bit more freely now, but he's still wondering, I think, whether he is going to be able to continue as the flag goes up.
Going back to that challenge, he's fortunate that just misses that centre line of his shin. He'd be in a lot of pain. Obviously, it's caught him, he's uncomfortable, but there's a good chance here. These are the positions.
Wehda just a little bit behind Yusuf Hamid. Laporte getting across to clear. Inside putting themselves into some promising positions that they've not yet made the most of.
Yeah, really good. When the fullback gets forward, he's stepping into the space, taking his touch. There's a real good run from like a number 8 position in behind the defence, just slide the ball forward. They don't, they keep taking another touch and wait. Wehda has had 2 of those opportunities, and he's got to be tighter with his touches. That'll be the difference to create a chance for his side.
See what they can create from here. Still on terms, 25 minutes in with a corner kick to come for those in red. And as far as Juninho Bacuna, will return it for Craig Goodwin to try again. Inform Australian international, saw that one blocked away. Otavio back doing his defensive duties.
It's the first time we're really seeing Goodwin, aren't we, about the deliveries, what he can produce. He's trying to fizz that in-swinger. It's important, isn't it? Unless they get the block on, stop the crosses.
Pretty effectively so far. A bit busier at the back than they might have been expecting. And Wehda with the long throw here. Almost reached Odion Ighalo. Acrobatic clearance instead, where Al-Ali has turned into trouble, and Ronaldo, as a result, is away. And just couldn't quite continue. And for a moment, as if he might be all the way through in on goal. Nearly, but not quite.
Yeah, the younger Ronaldo would have darted into the space, but straight away, I think it's good defending. I think it's a straight line back, realising Ronaldo's got to take the long way in. Because of that pace, he tries to check back onto his left. Good recovery, runs all around, but Kretsu initially just delays him, gets into a good position. That's the chance, isn't it? Ronaldo's waiting on, he's just a little bit too far away from goal.
There's Angelo. He was asking a lot, wasn't it? Given the space that he still had to cover. Laporte combining with Mohamed Simakin. 5-year contract he signed when arriving from Leipzig, the French under-21 international. 3 years he had in Germany. Sorted, as expected, straight into the side. Al-Khaibari forward. Cristiano Ronaldo had made the run. Jawed El-Yamik able to intervene, but it will come back at them potentially here. Simakin striding forward, provides the cross, and maybe another one. It will break for Mane. Shot is straight at Abdullah El-Awashir. Is there anything though in what went before? Mohamed Simakin still down. Quite his part.
Referee thinking this head injury, but it's that give and go down the right hand side, and deliveries were good. Fizzed across, good position. See, the referee decides here.
Player still down at the end of that. Home fans getting involved as well.
It's here, good run. Ball comes across, that little bit coming together there. Not sure what he's asking for, as you get a slow-mo there. Simakan's not getting much more, he was certainly asking for something. Do you think you find now teams and players will stay down a little bit longer in the penalty areas when there's any sort of contact, just to see if the referee or anybody can be convinced that the decision could be different?
If anything, that looked a foul by Simakan, didn't it, rather than on Simakan, as Alayeli went down. He's also stayed down. Big night for him, 20-year-old left-back. His first start in the Rishon Saudi League. He ever played once in this division before as a substitute for his parent club Al Ettifaq back in September of last year. He is going to restart it with the drop ball by the looks of things. Just waiting, I think, for confirmation from VAR that he can do so, and he will. I thought for a moment he was heading towards the penalty spot with it.
Don't say that. It's interesting where he actually starts it from, the corner of the penalty area. Him in the picture, the defender, actually started well. Good delivery into the forward there.
Well, they couldn't quite make it stick, but wehda win it back. Referee is content to let them come away with it, having had a long look at that. Very much right on the scene. Referee Dankert, experienced Bundesliga official. Through for Angelo this time. Kuna couldn't quite stretch to bring it under his control. Youssef Amin has stayed down. And all sorts of space here for Wesley. Drift in field. Seeing up the shot, maybe he was hit with venom. Sultan Al-Ghanam running onto it. He had a clear-sided goal.
Yeah, he gets into those positions, Al-Ghanam. Why not? Nobody close. I don't think it's a bad effort. Big some striking to be gone into the roof. Goalkeeper wasn't sure as he drifts across. It was good work initially in the middle of the pitch. Delay. Wesley just bringing people into key areas, and then the space opened.
Did score actually the other week, Sultan Al-Ghanam, in the Champions League, the first fixture of the new look Asian Champions League elite competition. They too have adopted the league phase similar to UEFA this year. Nassr started with a 1-1 draw in Iraq against Al Shorta, and Al-Ghanam scored the opening goal of that game. They're back in action in that competition on Monday, by the way. Back here at home against Al Rayyan of Qatar in their second fixture. I don't think that far ahead just yet. Playing Friday, Monday most weeks at the moment, ahead of the next international break anyway. No joy for them through this opening half an hour and a bit. Well, that might change here, but Ronaldo couldn't quite link with Angelo. Kuna beaten to the ball by Otavio. Here's Wesley. Wesley trying to bend one, did get a little block as it left his boot. Wide it goes, they will though get the corner.
Al-Muwallad gets tight, comes across, but the attacking players don't just want to go line, they want to come inside, try and get shots away. And that last set piece, you're playing on the mind of the defensive unit. Who goes tight, what do you change? How can you block? How can you get first contact?
Fabio's corner, held by Igalo, back helping out his defence. Al-Nashdi. Fabio might get another go. Mane, a little heavy though. Petrie was able to get a foot in. This is Youssef Amin. Pressurised by Al-Khaibari. Very little time on the ball for anybody. They go to Al-Awashir. He gets decent distance on the clearance. Salam Al-Nashdi with options here. Ronaldo. Back from Otavio. Just behind Mane. Still hasn't quite clicked in that final third for them yet.
it's not. I think they're passing the accuracy and pace to do so as well. It's like taking care, head up, fizz the ball into your teammate, make him deal with it. We've seen bits of it, haven't we? Little gives, goes, get into better positions in behind defensive areas. But that again, it's creative, but you've got to be sure. Not two in a row.
Have been underwhelming at home so far this season. They started with a 1-1 draw against Al Rayyan in the first home game of the season. It was the same score against Al Akli. They advance here with Wesley. Might open up here for Wesley. Brilliant effort, which comes back off the post. Just a fraction away from a debut goal in the Saudi Pro League for Wesley. And when that left his boot, the Brazilian must have thought it had every chance. But here at the other end is Craig Goodwin for Al Wehda. From one end to the other. Bakuna goes down, referee has a look at it. Igalo leading the appeals amongst those in red. Schwinn on the wallet, couldn't quite collect and cross it as he hoped for. Bakuna, by the way, is still down after all of that. No penalty given.
Yeah, what he's doing is the ball comes straight to him. When there is an injury, and he thinks he's being fouled, he wants to delay. As he comes inside, there's a little flick, and instead of pushing the back, there is some contact. Just got a look there with a little bit of a shoulder and to the back of him. Goes down quite easily. Referee not buying it.
It looked like Simakan was going to come careering into the back of him, didn't he? But he did seem just to maybe put his arms away at the last moment to try and avoid more contact. So close, of course, at the other end, just moments earlier. Here we go.
Fantastic play, strong initially, it's cut in again, which is really good. The technique, the execution, right across into that far corner. It's brilliant, deserved more. Goalkeeper just couldn't get it. Great strike.
Scored in the Copa Sudamericana for his former club Corinthians against Argentinos Juniors in the middle of May. Did Wesley. Off the bench in a couple of cup games for Al Nassr already, playing in this division for the first time tonight, and so close to a debut goal in it. Here he goes again. Mawala just able to get his foot in first to clear it away, up towards Juninho Bakuna. Again, he's claiming he was fouled there, and again, that's no assistance from the referee. Wesley's got it back. Switching the play for his compatriot Angelo. He might have a go himself here. Thought about it, I think. Instead, he's picked the pass for Wesley. Favourable angle again. Wesley has a go again, and maybe another one, but Saeed Al Mawalid defended it well.
Wide players getting into good position, switches of plays. Determined this occasion. Seen the ball away, but he tried to see that far post again. Just didn't open up as he used his body. Fans are happy.
A kick to come, which Angelo is going to take. Simakan meeting it without quite troubling the target, but showcasing his threat coming forward in those sort of situations, Mohamed Simakan.
Asking questions, who's marking? There's a lot of shirt there, far too much. Can't defend like that. He can try to get his header down to that front post. Pace had just gone out of the ball, but I think it's a massive risk now if you start getting hold of shirts in the penalty area.
Just didn't quite catch it as he intended, really, did he, Simakan? They're almost off the shoulder a little bit. Away by Al-Awashir, who has been busy in this first half, but his team's still on terms in the latter stages of the first period now. Angelo gets the touch, which just opened up a little bit of space, trying to beat Ali Eli all over again. Now Otavio, quite the room to pick out Sadio Mane. Does so now. Mane's the one that clips in the cross. Would have reached Wesley but for Al Mawalid. Nasri forward from fullback as well, but Juninho Bakuna went with him. Doesn't get too far with it, he can't pick the pass either. And Kaibari switching it wider for Sultan Al Ghanam. Wants to join in with the attack. This is Al Kaibari. Otavio. Wider for Wesley, and it runs away from him. Perhaps trying to be a little too precise right now.
The play was good, some good passes. Otavio, when it comes to him, awareness is very good. The ball just wasn't actually long enough, so it goes right into the path of Wesley, but bounces, fizzes off the grass, and then waits a bit longer as the ball drifts away. And it's going back to the excellent work there we just seen from Bakuna. Fantastic, tracking back, work rate, and coming out with the ball, but then gives it away. Yes, you've gone a long way, but that's the next pass. That's something that, you know, deserved more after the hard work he had, and just let Al Nassr off.
Seen both sides, haven't we, from Juninho Bakuna so far? He's making just his second league start for the club. After 2.5 years with Birmingham City, he was relegated from the English Championship with them at the end of last season. Former Dutch under-21 international. He plays his international football now for Curaçao. He's got 31 caps for them. Brother of Leandro, who previously played in the Premier League. He's back now at Groningen, the Dutch side where both brothers began their careers. Final 5 minutes of the first half in Riyadh. Here come Al Nassr, Mane playing the pass. Angelo. Brilliant! How about that? Some way to score your first goal in the Saudi Pro League. The teenage Brazilian with a moment to remember. And a vital goal it is as well for Al Nassr, who edged ahead just before half-time.
Well, the breakthroughs come. Celebrations all around the stadium as he goes down to the right-hand side. He waits, he has a little look. And if we're honest, is it a cross? Or does he mean it? There'll be question marks asked. It doesn't matter. Off he celebrates. Ronaldo pulled to that back post, but goalkeeper just a touch far out as it just clips over the top of him. And I bet he says he did mean it.
Well, I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I think I'll stick with that. But I could certainly see why you might question it. It was almost as if he was looking towards the middle, preparing to cross it, wasn't it? But what followed ended up being brilliant. I think it would be harsh.
Yeah, and I think I might be harsh, but when you go to chip the goalkeeper, generally you would go forward foot into the ground with your legs to go over. The side foot would be that sort of lofted cross to the far area. I don't know, you'll take it. He's off, as you said, he's on the score sheet. And that's the opening now. The goalkeeper very disappointed. His fans celebrate and taking the lead.
If he did mean it, it was a super strike. If it was a misplaced cross, then it was badly misplaced, wasn't it? But yeah, I think we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Al Nassr and Stefano Pioli certainly won't care, because they needed that. They've been labouring really for long spells in this first half. Angelo has come up with a goal on his home debut. Scored for Santos against Bahia in Brazil in May of 2023, his last career goal until tonight. Wehda don't have a lot of time to mount a response before half-time, but they're attempting to do so here.
I think we've just seen it again. Full-back, good area. Just going inside, centre-back and full-back. Slide the ball into the position, in the box. It's tried to cross, it's deflected. A little bit of quality. I think there's a really good space, something that the coaching staff should be able to see to improve their second half.
Craig Goodwin will take this corner kick. He's overhit it, really missed out all of those in the middle. Experienced Australian. For the second season back at the club. He had 4 separate spells back home with Adelaide United. The expression on the face of his coach there telling something of the story. Zimbabwe will have been pleased by a lot of what he's seen in this first half, but he'll be bitterly disappointed if they do end up going in behind at the break, which looks likely from here. Does have a history of memorable goals, as Angelo. Youngest to ever score in the Copa Libertadores, which was his first as a professional. He was only 16 at the time. He's back on the ball here, trying to bend that one in towards Sadio Mane. Only partially cleared. Abdullah El Khaibari will return it to Angelo. He floats it in threateningly, and it reaches Mane, and he's missed it. Chance for number 2 just before the break for El Nassr.
A deep crossing, spectacular was tried, it fell for Mane, but he wasn't convincing, he just couldn't get his foot back round it. He wants to chip in, the goalkeeper waits, but you would have expected that to be diverted to the far corner.
Well, they've worked this well. Otavio with the little flick, wanting to have a go. El Khaibari in there as well, and again helped on by Laporte towards Wesley, and all of a sudden wehda hanging on a little bit at the end of the half. They breathe a sigh of relief on this occasion.
Just that flick. Assistant referee, flag goes up as the ball's drifted out, but several chances, some shots, some blocks, good defending.
6 additional minutes at the end of the half. It's a big chance for Mane. Said he missed it. I know the goalkeeper did well to save it, but Mane would have expected to score, really, wouldn't he, from that position? Still awaiting his first league goal of the season. He's going in pursuit of it once more. Maybe will he reach this? Mane! Valiant attempt to do so. He's claiming some reward, which I don't think is going to be forthcoming this time. Remains at the centre of the story.
A great run in behind against that position. He's caught slightly off-putting, but he needs to be more clinical. He needs to get his arms up, take it a little bit early, or take it further on with that touch, but he's got to hit the target, he's got to strike it clean. A little bit of pressure, isn't he, when you don't start scoring because of who he is and what he's done right throughout his career. He certainly should have got himself a goal so far in the game.
Big expectations, of course. Nassr have got themselves a goal through Angelo. Extends their sequence of scoring in 24 successive league matches now, since the 3-0 defeat at Al Hilal at the start of December last year. They've been shut out in this division. I could have expected a few more tonight. Hasn't really been that type of game so far. For that, wehda take credit and have had some moments of their own as well. We only will want to see more from his side in the second half. And they've still got a few more minutes yet to try and double their lead. It will make such a difference, wouldn't it, at this stage?
A big difference. No. They're not going to rush. Just look there now. The defensive setup. Just waiting. Try and pounce the 2 at the top. Garlo, Bakuna just waiting for any slide passes, anything to get after, but in long periods where they've had to stay in their shape.
Otavio. Quite late that for Sultan Al-Ghanam, and Al-Eli was able to clear it away. Slotted in fairly seamlessly on his big night so far. Been run well initially by El Yamik, then gets the free kick. Out comes the card for the challenge on him. Otavio a little too keen.
One of those where you go tight as a midfield player. You know you're not necessarily going to get the ball. You've already stepped across to try and get it with that late check. Almost in trouble. You're in it. And all of a sudden, player goes down. Inevitable happens, that yellow card, and now you have to be certain not to go to ground, not to do anything silly for a long time.
Fills up the card count at 1 apiece at the end of this first half. Tavio joining the Bekshri in the book. Nassr ahead, looking to stretch their unbeaten league run to 16 matches since the surprise loss here against Al Rayyan back in March. Joseph Sinbauer there will be a bit disappointed that his team don't remain on terms, given the part that they played, given how much they put into this. Coming here very much as the underdogs. Conceded in first half stoppage time, it's Al Ittihad in their last away game. To go 3-1 behind in that one. They'll be desperate that they don't do likewise here. Cristiano Ronaldo is the target, cut out by Kretsu. Still got a bit of work to do, reaching it just ahead of Al Ghanam. Hassi in there.
They need to find a way of getting out, don't they? When they're in possession, what's the next pass? They don't seem to be able to play forward into midfield. Someone dropping wide, or the fullback's coming to join. I think Al Nassr just blocking the passing lanes off, and they haven't got the answer or that pass to come through it, to start getting into better positions and Chelsea get some promising attacks.
Certainly they will feel that they can work on and improve in the second half. First half not quite finished yet. Lovely through ball. Garlo wanted it. Good effort. And it wasn't far away. I mean, has caused issues. They had others in red trying to reach it as well. That was close. That could have been 1-1.
Yeah, it's a great ball initially through the centre of the pitch. Just left. I'm not sure why he tries to check back, but it's here. He opens up, becomes alive. Steps on the right, you know what he's going to do. Agonisingly wide, great quality. Goalkeeper scampering across. A good effort.
It's the last effort of the first half, which ends with Al Nassr ahead, but only just. Certainly haven't had it all their own way in Riyadh tonight. Wehda playing their part in a very competitive first half. Angelo scoring the only goal of it just before the break. His first goal for his new side on his home debut. And at the interval in Riyadh, it's Al Nassr 1, Al Wehda 0.